What's up, everybody? I want a podcast now. I'm Alex, and this video I want to talk about what EA could be remastering. So we've talked about this a little bit before in terms of the possibility of some of these games, and one of which is a Mass Effect game, right? That honestly is the first thing that whenever I hear an EA remaster, to me, I guess, Mass Effect is the first thing that comes to mind. So yesterday, EA had an annual earnings call, and in that, they announced, the games that they're planning to release, okay? And a lot of them we already know, a lot of the sports games, which, with all the stuff that's happened, right? I don't say the name of the stuff, but with what's happened around the world, I have questioned in my mind, I haven't said it in videos, but I have questioned in my mind if they're going to release, should they even release sports games if there's not even going to be sports, or sports are delayed and then they're going to start the seasons late next year, all that kind of stuff. Would they even do it? Well, yes, FIFA, Madden, and NHL, thank God, because NHL is the only one I play, 21, they're all coming this year. But, and also a Nintendo Switch release of Burnout Paradise, which is pretty cool. However, they listed a mystery game titled EA HD Title. Okay, now I believe these are the games coming out this year in 2020. So within now till December, these are the games that are coming out. Now again, there's a couple games that come to mind. Mass Effect is the biggest. We had talked about, I believe we talked about it a couple weeks ago or months ago, of EA potentially doing this, right? That there was a rumor that this was coming. On my second channel, actually, which I'll link in the description below if you guys want to check it out, I actually talked about Dead Space. Is Dead Space the game? Which I honestly, with that video and that video idea, I just randomly came up with it. I thought, hey, you know what? It's been forever since Dead Space. We know what happened with Visceral. We know all that kind of stuff. This is a game I think would actually work really, really well. I guess the trilogy of games would work really well in a remaster, right? And that was one I just randomly threw out there. But you know what? This could very well be something like that. But Mass Effect is the number one. There are other ones, right? Like Skate 4, the Battlefield Bad Company games. Those games are very, very popular. Obviously, everybody wants Bad Company 3, including myself. But 1 and 2, it's been a very long time since we've even got the second game. And also the final one is Knights of the Old Republic. Now, Knights of the Old Republic, I believe they talked about. This was a rumor a long time ago. I believe there was a rumor, or even a confirmation, that there was a studio, BioWare, some studio of BioWare, putting a team together to do something Knights of the Old Republic related. This was a while ago. I feel like, honestly, this was around Christmas. This was around Rise of Skywalker time, and I believe that was a story floating around. I don't think it was a confirmed thing, but I believe, again, the rumor was that BioWare was having a studio do something with this, whether it was a remaster, whether it was a brand new game. But again, an HD title. Now, HD title tells me they're a high definition, right? They're going to remaster one of the games from the past, and we know Mass Effect is on their radar. We know that the EA has even said, right, publicly from their higher ups, that they want this to be a year of remasters. They want to put their old games back out there to people. And honestly, EA obviously has a pretty dicey track record. They make a lot of mistakes, and they make some really good games, too. You can't honestly fault them for some of the great games they've made. And all of these games, by the way, these remastered games, these are all the heyday times, right? These are all some really solid games that I think we'd all want to play. I mean, I believe I only played Mass Effect 2 and 3 one time each. One time. I just went right through them. I've never played Mass Effect 1. I skipped it. I looked through the story, so I knew what was happening. But those games to me are so special. I think I've talked about in other videos. I love to death Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3, I really love. I know a lot of people have problems with the ending. I played it after the patch where they had that epilogue scene, the different screens they go on to show where all the characters kind of went afterwards. I played it with that, so it was a little bit better. But obviously the choice making at the end of it, again, Mass Effect 3 had some problems. Mass Effect 1 had a lot of problems, honestly. Looking back at it, Mass Effect 2 really is that perfect game. But these are games the Mass Effect trilogy. If it is a remaster, that would blow my mind. I think a lot of people would be very, very excited for something like that, and they would absolutely sign up. To me, honestly, the top 3, maybe even in order, which is weird. Mass Effect probably would be my number 1. Dead Space would be the most unique, the most out of the ballpark. You wouldn't think, right, that they're gonna do that, and then they just, especially if they do Dead Space, but they don't do Mass Effect or Star Wars, right? That'd be pretty weird. But that too, Knights of the Old Republic, those would be my top 3. Maybe even in that order, although Knights of the Old Republic probably, I mean, that is such a special game, right? That would probably be maybe 2 in my books. But very exciting. Very exciting. We know this is something that's happening. EA has a lot of announcements coming. I believe, June 11th is going to be their online show. Why it's the same day as Cyberpunk, and why are all of these conventions and conferences all going to end up being around the same time? I have zero idea, especially when they have 4 months to spread themselves out. But we know June 11th is when EA is going to have their, their EA Play, their online thing, where they're going to have plenty of announcements. And again, it is a time for announcements. We'll probably see all the sports games. We'll see whatever this mystery game is. I wonder if we see Battlefield, right? Because we know DICE has, they said publicly that DICE has moved over, but if the game releases fall of 2021, you know that they are getting closer to completing it right now too, right? I mean, obviously it's not even close to being done, but they have to have something thrown together. So maybe we see something like that. It's exciting. Again, EA has made a lot of mistakes. Don't get me wrong. There's no doubt about it. EA is a company that's messed up quite a few times, but these games specifically that we're talking about, they have some really, really good games at their disposal that, have come out years past that. I'd be any of those games, honestly, any of those remaster games, I'd be very, very excited for. And again, with the earnings call, this is a game that releases this year. So if we could get like a Mass Effect remaster in the fall, I don't know, would it be on next gen? Could it be like a cross-gen thing where you can get it PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X? Could that happen? Maybe. And that would be honestly, I would get it for the PS5. That would be absolutely awesome. So guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think this game is Mass Effect? Do you think it could be Dead Space? Do you think it could be something else? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed, have that bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. And thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have been doing so, amazing. Honestly, blowing my mind with how much you guys are supporting the channel, and you guys absolutely rock. You truly, truly do. Thank you so much for your support as we have continued to grow, and I hope to see you all on the next video.